Hello, welcome back to Golden News. A leaked Pentagon document seen by the BBC reveals a sensitive conversation between high-level South Korean officials on whether to sell weapons that could be used in Ukraine. The intercept targeted two of President Yoon Suk Yeol's senior advisors. They are torn between U.S. pressure to send ammunition to Ukraine and their policy not to arm countries at war. One of the advisors suggests sending the shells to Poland instead, to avoid appearing to have given in to the U.S. Washington has been scrambling to trace the source of the leaks, which the Pentagon says are a serious risk to national security. Last year, South Korea agreed it would sell artillery shells to the U.S. to replenish its stocks, but insisted the U.S. had to keep the shells for itself and not send them on to Kyiv. In their conversation on March 1, President Yoon's Foreign Affairs Secretary Lee Mun-hui reportedly told the then National Security Advisor Kim Sung-han that the government was mired in concerns that the U.S. would not be the end user of the ammunition. They also worried that President Biden could call President Yoon directly about the issue, and that if South Korea were to change its policy on providing weapons to Ukraine, it could look as if it had been pressured by the U.S. This leak suggests that the South Koreans not only understood that their shells could end up in Ukraine, but that they were open to this happening. This could strain its relationship with Moscow. South Korea always plays this delicate balancing act, with the US on one side and Russia and China on the other, said Jenny Town, a Korea analyst from the think tank 38 North. This leak shows it is the optics they are most concerned about. They're trying to balance what they're willing to do to support Ukraine with how it will be perceived. This report, seemingly based on signals intelligence, also has the potential to upset US-South Korea relations, as it suggests the US has been spying on its decades-long ally. Although not a surprise that the US spies on its friends and enemies alike, the timing of this disclosure is unfortunate. In a fortnight, President Yoon will travel to the White House on a state visit to celebrate 70 years of the alliance between the two countries, an alliance the U.S. is at pains to point out is still ironclad. The report has triggered security concerns in Seoul, with the opposition party questioning how the U.S. was able to intercept such a high-level conversation. This is a clear violation of our sovereignty by the United States and a superscale security breach on the South Korean part, it said in a statement on Monday. Kim Jong-dae, an advisor for the former Liberal government, describes this as an intelligence disaster for the South Koreans. This is the tip of the iceberg.